Indie Mogul.
Prepare to witness.
What do you want?
The most frightening 3D motion picture event to tear through the screen.
Finally, 3D breaks out of kiddie films, documentaries, and Robert Zemeckis' playbook into mainstream entertainment, or more specifically, horror movies. In fact, this is the first 3D film to be rated R. You will be able to see it in regular D, but why would you want to? This is a remake of a 1981 Canadian slasher film, and it's directed by Patrick Lussier. Lussier is an experienced editor who worked on most of Wes Craven's films and has slowly been building a directing career. Wes Craven. Not a bad mentor and not a bad sign for this movie. But while Lussier and Lionsgate got first dibs on making 3D horror films, the rest of Hollywood is hot on their heels. In August, New Line Cinema will release Final Destination 4 Death Trip 3D. I can only hope that action films are next. Oh look, my wish was granted. James Cameron's 3D sci-fi actioner Avatar comes out in December. Here's the deal, guys. It's 18 degrees in New York City today, and we can't take the camera out anything less than 32 degrees or it'll break. So we couldn't cover all 3 movies as planned. However, we all went to see My Bloody Valentine 3D in theaters today.
And we'll have the review right after this.
So much of the process of blogging is taking pre-existing pieces of media, like linking to something and then adding your idea on top of it. So I think a lot of stuff that happens in new media sort of comes out of that hip-hop creative process.
WePC TV is brought to you by ASUS and Intel. You dream it, ASUS builds it, Intel inside.
For the first time ever, the Beyond the Trailer Cruise review of My Bloody Valentine 3D. Okay, I like this movie a lot.
It was a good movie. I thought it was pretty cool. I was never been to a 3D movie before.
3D was good. I think it actually helped out the horror.
Even like when they were crossing bridges and just showing shots of the town, it really made a huge difference.
When the director sees through his lens, it's totally different. So it was kind of cool to see what they put on the screen.
There's one scene in the film when the guy punches like a glass mirror and we're on the other side of the mirror and you can see it crack and everything. It's very cool.
It was pretty scary. I mean, it had me going, I was paying attention, but it wasn't the scariest.
I don't scare easily, so I actually didn't think it was that scary.
Patrick Lussier is definitely studying Wes Craven. I think that he's right up there with Scream. I don't think it's as clever as Scream, but I think that it doesn't need to be because of the 3D.
Especially with a gratuitous nudity with a girl that's probably nude for about 5 minutes.
But not a lot of guys running around naked in 3D. It's mostly the women as usual.
Everyone loves nudity, especially men, but I didn't really think it was that appropriate.
The acting was better, I guess, than most horror movies.
Some of the supporting characters were a little silly. There's some crazy jokes about retirement that are very tongue-in-cheek and delivered very stilted, but it kind of fits with the B-movie genre.
It wasn't bad. I would definitely rent it. I would definitely show it to my friends as just a regular non-3D movie.
I can understand if you're skeptical about horror films in general, but I do think this is an important movie because it's the first non-kiddie 3D movie, and so it's really important to see it if you want to be there for the first one. I wouldn't compare it to Al Jolson talking or singing for the first time, but it's definitely a landmark in cinema.
I really would recommend this movie to other people. The 3D was great, and it was a lot of fun. So overall, I enjoyed the movie.
Then let's rate this sucker. John, come on over.
All right.
I gave it a 9.
I gave it an 8.
And I'm gonna wrap it up with a 7.5.
That means overall, we gave it an 8, which is pretty darn good for the future of 3D movies. And My Bloody Valentine 3D is the focus of this week's one-sentence review challenge. Did you see the movie? Leave a 1 to 10 rating below as well as your one-sentence review. The best one will be featured on Movie Math on Sunday. And don't worry, we'll be on the streets next week because they're predicting a balmy 36 degrees. I'm Grace Randolph, and you've just gone Beyond the Trailer.